Combat and carnage! Huzzah! You showed him, Commander. We have but begun, Commander, but looking back, beginnings are always the most exciting. About whom, Commander? Bit stuck up, ain't she? That's what a royal title will do to you. She used to be a proper queen and everything, with an entire country at her beck and call. About whom, Commander? Shifty son of a bitch, isn't he? Acting all high and mighty all the time, calling imps idiots, dwarf. About whom, Commander? Excellent chap, that one. Likes his jokes dirty and his liquor plenty. 2 peas in a pod, me and him. Well, on and off, that is. Can fight like a demon unleashed as well. Best to have him on our side.
Well, 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 the Dragon Commander himself. Come, sit, drink with me. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. He's had a few too many. But you take to the right too. 'Twas during the great and glorious last stand to save the Empire. Horseshit. We fought like lions so that the king, your bloody father, could scarper with what riches he could hold. But my soldiers, not that any of it mattered. The king's head was shown decorating a stake, like star crowns will the pines come midwinter night. Defeat. Bah. Luckily, a touch of the malt can relieve its bitter taste. You have the respect of Maxos, and that certainly speaks in your favor. But you'll need to come a long way.
Under my rule, you'd be given the Cross of Bravery for that last action, Commander. Well done. If you weren't a dragon, we wouldn't stand a chance. So buckle up, if you wish. He's in a class of his own, there's no doubt about it. A brilliant mind, but I have many friends and enemies that are dwarves or elves or, if you wish. General Henry is the typical man who thinks of himself as an alpha male, whereas he is, of course, an alpha mongrel. He has the refinement of an inbred orc, and the manners to match, but he is a more than adequate officer once the trumpets herald war. If you wish, she could stand to be a bit more ladylike in her ways, and many consider her resistance to authority counterproductive in a military setting. But she's wily as a wizard, and tough as mithril.
Commander, it is imperative that we should win the war. For our enemies are godless heathens in need of annihilation. To hasten this...
Here's an imp's perspective, Commander. More soldiers equals bigger battles, and bigger battles equals more explosions. Win-win. Granted, it's a bit of a simplistic perspective, but imps will have their fun, you know.
I don't think conscription is a very good idea, Commander. Not only should a life of soldiery be an individual's choice rather than an obligation, but by drafting so many young men into the army, you're draining our economical reserves. So please don't forget your political obligations because of your military ones.
Conscription may have somewhat of an ill ring to it, Commander, but it might be worth consideration nonetheless. There's not a dwarf that won't take up his axe for the Empire, but elves! A three-fingered man could number their volunteers on one hand. Time to get these weaklings into shape.
Commander, even the most peace-loving elf won't deny that in these dark times of war, allowances have to be made which we would otherwise condemn. Conscription, though, goes too far. Let those that wish to fight for our cause do so, but let's not force men away from their families if they feel it is their duty to stand by them.
Commander, it is imperative that we should win the war, for our enemies are godless heathens in need of a night.
I don't think...
Bravo, Commander. Nothing like fresh blood to reinvigorate the...
Good. Fair's fair, Commander. Ober up.
You are too harsh a man, Commander. Think about the consequences of conscription.
I think you're making a mistake, Commander.
Wonderful. I knew you'd be swayed by the arithmetic.
What a sorry excuse for a general Henry is. Drunk as a dwarf.
Praise be that I know more than 100 languages older than mankind itself. If not, these books would mean very little.